Chapter 311 has just released. Oh boy, this was an insane chapter. We got more information about GLAZERS' project. Isagi's ego is growing more and more, and the U20 World Cup is almost starting. Alright guys, I'm gonna give you guys a quick summary on what happened in this chapter, so let's get right into it. The chapter starts off with a little announcement of the World Cup starting in one day. Not gonna lie, I did not expect to see the World Cup this soon, but hey, I'll take it. And we continue with Blue Lock having a little training session. We also see Raichi calling for a counter and Yukimiya and Yanase pressing a 2-on-1. So basically they're jumping my guy Raichi. And look who we have here in the back Aura farming. Yes, it's the GOAT Ego, watching their training in person. But I think he's just analyzing and deciding a starting formation for the World Cup. Continued Hiyori having the ball and gives a quick pass to Isagi, who scores a goal. And of course his keeper ain't catching shit. Have you ever seen this guy save a ball? Then we see Sigiri congratulating Isagi on his goal, but Isagi is not satisfied at all. And he tells Hiyori that he was a beat too slow and that his crossing would have been blocked against world class players. Damn, Isagi, you moving like this now? He must have seen some crazy shit during his Europe tour. But let me tell you guys, I don't think Isagi is in the wrong here at all. They're one day away from the World Cup, so they cannot afford to make minimal mistakes like this, because it can cost the game. And it's practice, so yeah, that's the perfect time to fix mistakes. But could he have been a little nicer about it? Maybe, but their first match is starting in a day, so yeah, I get if they're a little stressed about it. So we continue with Isagi and Karasu having a little argument. Karasu says that Isagi is asking for too much. And look at Isagi's eyes, he's tweaking. But then Isagi goes off on him and says that their goal is to win. And what's wrong with chasing the ideal? Hiyori low-key agrees with Isagi, but Karasu says he could have been a little nicer about it. Isagi responds by saying that he wasn't trying to be harsh, but stating his own opinion. But then Karasu snaps back by saying that Hiyori is trying his best. Then we've got our GOAT and Captain IQ breaking up the argument. But damn, Isagi was really about to throw some hands though. Then we got Rin stepping in like he's the MC or something. But bro, no one invited you in the conversation, gang. But tells Isagi to not get cocky and expect everything to go his way. And that he should save it after he beat him. But guys, we're one day away from the World Cup. Why is everyone trying to throw hands? Like, where's the team chemistry? Damn. Then suddenly my whole day got ruined. And you guys can probably guess why. It's because this big Baratsuta interrupts the training. And you can see that no one freaking likes him. So why is he there? Well, he's here to let them know about the promise he made with Ego. He tells them about the 26 spots and he gets to fill in the last 3 spots. And that Sai gets one of those spots. Everyone is shook, especially Rin, because he can finally play with his big bro. But then Baratsuta says that Sai won't be joining until the finals. I think by finals he means the knockout stage. Also reveals that while Blue Lock is playing the group stage that he will be holding the last 2 survival selection. He gives more information like the amount of players that will participate, and the BLTV subscribers have to pay an extra fee to be able to watch. How greedy. But guys, Project Red Key is real. Also reveals the player that he picked, and oh boy, Kira is back. We see that Isagi is shocked because he has eliminated Kira in the first round. But yeah, I think it's pretty confirmed that Kira will have a spot, because look at these players, they're not even drawn properly. Unless my god Omeremeshi is going to pull up as well. We get a big panel Buddha just saying that Blue Lock has to make it till the knockout stage, because that's when the winners of the Red Key project will be revealed. Then we continue with Isagi asking Ego what will happen to Blue Lock. Ego responds by saying that there are only options and that they will use them to make them stronger. Isagi also reminds Ego of the biggest rule of Blue Lock, that anyone who loses in Blue Lock will never be able to play for the national team ever again. Ego straight up cuts him off and says that he won't use them. So basically Kira just becomes a water boy, huh? That would be so funny. Ego continues by saying that besides Itoshi's side there's no one else that can hang with Blue Lock. Ego also says that if they cannot win the World Cup that he will get fired, and that his position isn't any different from them. But it doesn't change his goal, which is creating the best striker and getting Japan a World Cup. Until this Ego runs out, Blue Lock won't get handed over to anyone. Jeez, this might be the coldest panel we've seen from Ego. Like every time Ego gives a speech, it always hits different. Then you see Isagi getting fired up by Ego's golden ass speech. And now it cuts over to the fans going to the stadium. We see some girls taking pictures with Isagi's poster. And hey, it's that little kid from that U20 match in Isagi's jersey. Damn, Isagi really got emotion now. And now we see someone walking towards the stadium. And of course it's Nagi, after he quit his Burger King job, ending the chapter. Alright, let's start with Kira. Alright, first off, no way you guys were right about Kira returning to Blue Lock. No way. But what will Kira's character do though? I thought he served his purpose as in solving the stakes of Blue Lock. I'm just wondering, what is he going to do now? Because I don't think Kira is on the level of Blue Lock yet, right? Unless he went through a crazy training arc. Is Yori getting benched? Yeah, I think the chapter was a little foreshadowing on the possibility of Hiyori getting replaced by Sai as a midfielder. Because we see Hiyori struggling with the tempo of the game, and that's something that can be improved, but not that fast. And the better option would be using Sai. I think this is what's gonna happen, right? I think Hiyori is going to start during the first game of the knockouts, but then something's gonna happen that will force Ego to use Sai. Alright, this concludes the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new, and also leave a comment on your opinions about the chapter. And I'll see you guys later.